Good morning, everybody. Want to make a quick video while I'm at the library. I'm gonna try uploading from the parking lot again. It seemed to work the other day. Um, well, the big 4th of July plans may be actually put on hold. Uh, oh, um, we have a tropical storm coming through. Supposed to start on Wednesday, then pick up, and they're not sure which side of Florida it's going to turn into a tropical storm. This one is very tricky, and we're looking at like at least 6 inches of rain, which is going to be pretty bad. Um, Winds and stuff, like I said, tropical storms, because they last a few days, uh, wreak a little bit more havoc sometimes than the hurricanes do, because they blow through pretty quick. But we've been having crazy tornadoes. I made a video. It got way too long. I couldn't put it up. I was in the park. There were 5 dust devils on the ground. Had to jump into the front seat. Everybody was running out of the park. It was kind of madness, but I tried twice to get that out, and it just, the squirrel scared the crap out of me. Sorry. Oh, they're chasing each other up and down the tree. Okay. Um, It was just way too long to get up. It was like 45 minutes long, but I was waiting out this crazy storm that came out of nowhere, and it wasn't even supposed to come to that area where I was. That's why I went there. So, yeah. Um, I'll try to see what happens over the 4th of July weekend, but this is going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It depends on what day that the tropical storm actually forms. So we're in for the first big storm of the season. Um, and that's it. So and I only really kind of have one day to get ready for it. Payday is Thursday. So gotta figure out something to do here. So I gotta spend the next 2 days cleaning out the car, because I'm not gonna be getting out of the car for about 2 or 3 days. It's just too hard to walk in 70-mile-an-hour wind, so I gotta try to get as much done as I can, get my water stocked up. I already have like 3 gallons. I gotta get a couple more. But trying to keep everybody charged up. Right now, I'm so proud of my little old tablet. It's still working. I wasn't sure if the battery was going to last, but seemed to be having a problem with one of my batteries. Um, it may be leaking inside. And if, they put a couple of screws on these guys, it would be nice so you could check it out. I know they don't want you tinkering inside with these things, but I can't even get into the screws that were put on the back. It's so deep inside, and I think they're hexagons because nothing was working, but I don't even really see how it comes apart. There's no seam, so I don't even know what the screws are for back here. It's like one big solid molded piece, including the bottom, but having some issues where it looks like it might be leaking. So I was having problems plugging stuff in. It wasn't charging, and then it was charging, and then one of the plugs wasn't working, and it's right underneath where I'm having an issue. Starting to turn the plastic white, but it's hard to pick it up on camera. So that could be the acid leaking out from the inside, turning the plastic white, and it's in between the screen and the power button that turns on the household plugs. So I don't know. Oh, but it's going to be hard to get stuff charged in the middle of a tropical storm that lasts 3 days, because we're only going to get a couple of breaks in between where we may get some sun. So I'll see what I do. If not, I can post a couple of things, let you know what's happening. You can watch the weather coverage of that on WKMG. That's News 6 Orlando. They usually do the best coverage on that. Or WESH, WESH2 News. Those are the big ones down here. But I'll do what I can do, and gotta get prepped and make sure everything's good on the roof. I'm gonna have to pull, I think, the new solar panel off. I really don't want to leave that out during the storm. I gotta see how bad it's gonna be, and where I'm gonna hide, because it's starting on one side and moving to the other. So either before it hits land on the west coast, it'll turn into the tropical storm, but it's exiting on my side, or it's gonna cut across as just a crazy thunderstorm, and then the minute it hits the Atlantic, it'll turn into a tropical storm, possibly a hurricane, and it looks like it's going up to the Carolinas. So we don't know. We really don't know. But even if it doesn't, and it just stays tropical low depression, which doesn't turn into a tropical storm, we're still going to get, we're looking at like 6 to 8 inches of rain. It's going to be insane. So that's a lot of rain. That's like 24-hour a day, 7 hours straight of rain. So there's not going to be a lot of power going on. So I got to get ready for that. I got to not fill up the cooler now and get mostly food that I can just eat right out of the can. I got plenty of propane because I've been using my electric frying pan, because I've been getting some good sun, and it doesn't take that long to heat stuff up. So I'm trying not to get anything raw that I have to cook for a long period of time. So I've got a lot of scavenging hunting to go on, because first thing this morning, everybody was out getting supplies for the weekend just in case. And of course, that's going to come through 4th of July weekend. But don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. If we have the storm Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, trust me, they will just postpone the 4th of July and have it during the week. Trust me. It already started the other night. The first big fireworks show went off on Saturday night. About 9:30, 10 o'clock. It went to almost midnight. It was insane. I could hear it, but I couldn't see it, and it was too late to be driving around in the dark, trying to find the fireworks, but it was pretty close by. And that's kind of it. It's been really hot, really humid, and the lightning and the tornadoes have just been, it's been a mess. It's been a mess. So that's that. I'm good. Outran the dust devils the other day. You know, when you see the cops and the maintenance people running like their ass is on fire, follow them. That's a tip. You see a lot of motion going on in a state park or a campground. You see maintenance people scrambling and all going together back to where you know the maintenance building is. Follow the queue and leave the park, find someplace else to go, because I saw a couple of people who stayed here parked under the trees right next to the lake. You can't do that. And in the state parks, the ones here on this side all have propane that heats up the hot water for the showers. I'm going to make this quick because I'm never going to get this up. We use propane to heat the showers in the park. They're not electric heaters, okay? Do not hide in the bathrooms. I know that's what they tell you to do, but you're sitting outside practically a 300-pound tank. I mean the size of the minivan, full of propane. Do not hide in the bathrooms at the state parks. Get in your car and leave the park. Just leave the park. Or go into another building. If they have a clubhouse or a community center, something like that. If not, you're better off riding out the storm in a parking lot. Because staying in the park with all the trees and the little lakes and ponds and all that propane in here is not a good thing. Everything's run on propane because these are evacuation shelters, most of them. And that's all I got to tell you, because we had to chase a bunch of people out last year to stop them from hiding in the bathrooms. The lightning was coming down and it was really bad. And there was a huge lightning strike up north, hit a man on his honeymoon. They had just gotten married. They were on the honeymoon. It was like 2 days, the day after the wedding. They were married for 2 days, and they didn't get off the beach. He got hit by the lightning, and that bolt of lightning was unreal, that it was seen from like 100 miles away. I couldn't believe that that was the one that I saw hit that guy, and it wasn't too far from here. So, and there were no clouds. There was thunder. And if you hear thunder, even though the skies are clear and those clouds are white, there's hot and cold air going on, which creates heat lightning. You don't need rain for lightning to come down in Florida. That's one of the biggest things people don't know. You can get lightning any day. It's just caused by the hot and cold air smashing together up there. So you can get lightning in the middle with the sun coming out, okay? You hear the thunder, leave. You hear lightning around, get in your car, get off the beach. Just please be careful, okay? We've had a lot of people getting hit by lightning in the last week. A couple were killed, and, be safe, have fun, but be safe and listen. Listen to the clouds up there, please. Please, if you hear noise, run. You can always come back later, okay? Have a great day. I'll see you if I see you. I'll let you know what's going on, keep you updated on the storm. I'll post any things. If I can't put up a video, I'll at least post something from the weather station so you can see why I'm not posting or doing anything, okay? Have a good time. Everybody be safe. Happy last day of June. Here comes the heat. Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.